Yeah, but like pretty much anywhere in Florida,
Yeah.
if you're in a city, it feels like that area, and if you're in the outskirts, like anything between a city feels like Palaca in Florida is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Are you guys seriously talking about the only interesting news there is before I've even started the podcast?
Well, whose fault is that?
Oh, fuck! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Modular Components. I'm one of your hosts, the Vacuuminator, and I'm joined, as always, by Boingo Rider.
Howdy.
And Snowcone83 is also here.
How deep?
I D well. I D pretty well.
I'd like to see that.
I bet you would. No Buster this week. Buster's off in Holiday Land, I'm sure. But the three of us can manage just fine because, the Game Awards happen, and we got the GTA 6 trailer, and
You were trying so hard to be enthused.
and people played video games generally throughout the week, I'm pretty sure, right? That's a thing regular folks do?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm gonna have to figure that out pretty soon.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of free time.
You want to know how behind I am on video games? I've been hankering to finally play Skyrim for the last couple of weeks.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Reading all these goddamn barbarian comics for no prize got me going like, ooh, that sounds like that would be a fun time.
How have you not played? Like, I'm pretty sure most people have played Skyrim by accident at this point, whether they know it or not, from just opening a fridge or getting in a Tesla.
I mean, I've seen some playthroughs of it. I know how the game works. I mean, it's a fucking Bethesda game. They all kind of work the same way, but...
By not working.
Well, sir, that's a modern problem.
Oh, no. It isn't.
Oh?
That's been a staple of Bethesda since, ever? Definitely, Oblivion had the same DNA. It had the same vibe, issues, silliness, Fallout 3, Fallout 4.
I mean, the second Elder Scrolls game is infamous for having a bit of code that was not implemented in the final release that gave the world elevation. So it was supposed to have mountains and hills and valleys and everything, but in the final release, it doesn't, because they didn't implement that one piece of code to create elevation.
Oh.
It just works.
Yeah, it just works. I mean, they've been using the same game engine since Oblivion, haven't they?
Yeah.
And by this point, that's a 20-year-old engine.
Is that used for Starfield?
Some modified version of it, yeah.
Because Starfield looks pretty cool too. I might play that whenever I'm in a sci-fi mood. I don't know. I'm exploring my horizons for next year in terms of media I haven't been able to get to because of prioritizing stuff that's fandom oriented for being a YouTuber.
Well, you're free.
Not yet, but soon.
Give it a day.
Give it a
night.
What the
fuck? Sigil 2 is out.
Okay.
Sigil is a map pack made by John Romero, one of the creators of Doom, for Doom, recently. And he's made a sequel to it called Sigil 2.
Oh, cool.
Oh boy, somebody call Civvy.
But yeah, no. I'm excited about video games in general. I mean, another thing that happened is with the GTA 6 trailer dropping, I was like, oh, this one's set in Florida? That's going to be crazy, bro. I've never played any of these before, but I've always thought they look cool. How much is 5 on Steam? Maybe I'll finally play 5. So, been going in all kinds of directions.
Don't play it online. Just don't.
Yeah,
I watched the trailer, and I wanted to play online again because I haven't for 5 years because I quit it angrily, and it was not worth coming back. And bro, I could rant and rave about that shit even more now. I tried to refund it, as a matter of fact. So that's how strongly I felt about the $10 I had to spend to play that fucking online mode again. The single player is a game worth playing, I think, but it doesn't benefit from the past 6 years of content updates for that title.
Well, it's also just built up a very community that revels in toxicity, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying the single player has not received updates, DLC, or anything like that since its release, essentially. They got some of the first updates within the first couple of months. Maybe even up to the first year of like vehicle add-ons. But like nothing else. Which kind of makes me like not excited a little bit for the new one. And I should be, but I'm not. Probably because I got my ass kicked by Rockstar for like 30 years.
It's also coming out in 2025. It's not even like next year.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy though that they announced it that far ahead, announced the trailer ahead of time, and like cleared everything off of their fucking YouTube channel to make room for it. And now it's like one of the fastest growing YouTube videos of all time. It's not even like a fucking minute long too. Shit's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did with the last one. There was a little teaser trailer that released that pretty much played out the exact same way.
I was
kind of frustrated with like the build up for this too, because they announced the announcement date, and then on the announcement date they announced the date of the trailer, which was a teaser. And then the teaser fucking leaks one whole fucking day early for no reason. Like, why? And then they just talk about how devastated they were because of all the work they did to make sure it came out the day before or the day after. But I'm like who's like they were saying like people are gonna have to go and like go back into work and like work late shifts, and I'm like, how does a single trailer coming out one day early on the official YouTube still breaking all the records and making people not shut the fuck up about the game? How does that hurt y'all? Like, I think it's just nonsense, maybe. Like, I can get, like, how regular leaks affect things, but, like, not like this specifically. What do you think?
I genuinely have no idea. I hadn't even heard any of that.
I just think Rockstar overworks their employees in general.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing, too, but they sure do make them single players. But then again, if it has the same kind of movement as, like, Red Dead and GTA 5, then it might not... It's going to be the same thing as Starfield, where, like, it was outdated with Grand Theft Auto 4. But I don't know. Who knows?
Whomst knows?
It's just a video game.
Just a theory. A game theory.
Oh, theory, your game.
Thanks for watching. No.
No.
Oh, no. You know.
I don't know.
Now you know.
I do know. Chris, I got one of the first... can I call you Piss?
Yeah, you can.
I got one of the first rock.
Got one of the first what?
One of the new Transformer Rock Lord boys.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it is as good as I had hoped.
It's a Rock Lord.
Rock Robot achieved.
What kind of rock is it? Is it punk rock? Is it grunge? Is it heavy metal?
I think it'd probably be more like some Gregorian throat singing music, you know, that kind of
yeah.
Music. Space rock maybe.
Oh, yo, did you see the announcement for Blade?
Yes.
They're making a Blade game.
Yeah.
They're making a Blade game, and they're breaking their promise of Bethesda's not going to be an exclusive series on Xbox, because it is.
Well,
I own both, but still, like...
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how Bethesda's style of games
It's not Bethesda, though. It's one of Bethesda's subsidiaries that makes a very specific type of... Basically, okay, I'm trying to remember the name of the game. They made Deathloop. Deathloop is an example of it. But they made another game that, if you look at what it does, it's like, oh yeah, that could totally be a Blade game.
Oh, Thief?
No, it is an MSim like Thief.
MSim?
Immersive simulator.
That doesn't help me think about what the fuck it is. Any
Deus Ex,
fucking realistic game is like a...
Arcane Studios is making it. What was the other game they did?
Poo poo pee pee.
No, Immersive Sim is a style of game that is predicated on multiple systems interlinking together to create scenarios. So like Deus Ex, Prey, Dishonored, which was the game I was trying to think of.
Yeah, but like the new fucking Prey was just like BioShock. That's just like a third person.
BioShock is a partial MSim. It's light MSim.
Bro, I just think that's the dumbest fucking tag I've ever heard put on a... Like, that's essentially saying it's like, oh, it's just a type of game with a bunch of stuff in it. I know that's what you said. That doesn't help me like think of the type of game.
It is a very porn-like descriptor. It is very much a you know it if you see it kind of game thing.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of get what you're saying with like the way that like Death Stranding might specifically focus on some of its very interesting characteristics or like features, like the movement, but it also still had shooting and other bullshit in it.
Okay, here it is. An immersive sim is a video game genre that emphasizes player choice. Its core defining trait is the use of simulated systems that respond to a variety of player actions, which, combined with comparative broad array of player abilities, allow the game to support varied and creative solutions to problems, as well as emergent gameplay beyond what was explicitly designed by the developer.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying still.
Yeah.
I just don't think that. I think that like it doesn't paint a picture of the gameplay. More of like just a descriptor and like a other thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
Thief,
not as easy as like racing game.
Thief 2, System Shock 2, Deus Ex, Dishonored, Prey.
Yeah. I thought of those as like shooter RPGs as well.
Well, there's a lot of like overlap with that. It's just more of like there's other underlying variables that these games deal with that can like affect things.
What the fuck?
Wouldn't that make like what is this? Slime Rancher and Don't Starve Together, or Don't Starve in general.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like MSim feels more of like it's a way to categorize a certain vibe of game rather than a genre, because like it's a variety of genres. Because Thief is a stealth game, right? Deus Ex is cyberpunk action noir, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Thief and Cyberpunk is a lot more RPG than like Deus Ex is, and I feel like Thief feels a lot more like Deus Ex. But yeah,
that's the thing. It's like it's less about like the numbers of the RPG and more about like the other aspects. I don't know. Again, I'm having a bad time even trying to explain it. You know?
I know I've just never heard it painted that way. Very strange to me. I'm not trying to come after you or anything like that. I'm just saying like it's a.
No, I'm just frustrated that I don't have the right kind of language to get this idea across. You know.
Yeah, part of it feels like anything that's like polished to a certain level or just like high graphics, maybe. Life sim borderline, I guess. But like then again, I wouldn't put that on some of those situations. Like some of those games, I would not put that description on.
Yeah, like here's just the thing. Rick Lane, a PC gamer, not a PC journalist, a gaming journalist, noted that while earlier games in the Elder Scrolls series were not immersive sims, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion transitioned the series into an immersive sim. So Skyrim, to an extent, is an MSim, you know?
Yeah, and I get that more because it's just like a super in-depth RPG. But it just feels like a lot of these things are just like RPG types. I mean, Death Stranding is definitely like an RPG, a role-playing game. You play a role.
Yeah, I think there's also just like an element of the designer will propose a problem to you, and you have like 1,001 ways to solve the problem. I think that's a big aspect of it.
Then that would really make Ghost Recon MSims when they're shooters and third-person stuff.
And that's the thing, though. It's not necessarily limited to like first or third person, because there's like first and third person games and the descriptions of this and this Wikipedia page. But it's like, okay, so
I could sit here and come up with like continuous
examples,
and just like fit every game in there. I mean, Fortnite with all of its different. No, I'm not going to be that contrary. Whatever, we can stop this. I don't care.
But it is an interesting way to look at like the original Deus Ex and the original Thief and see what they were trying to accomplish with their stuff and like how that influenced games, you know?
Yeah.
This feels less like a genre for the average consumer and more like how film people would talk about the French New Wave, you know?
Yeah. Feels a little bit more like something given to it right now, looking at it as a whole from the beginning to this moment. As opposed to just growing up with it and being like, well, yeah, that's because like they didn't fucking have the technology for half of this shit, and as the studio evolved, so did the game because they wanted to push the boundaries and try things. Right, Vac?
Yeah.
We went deep in the weeds on that one. Vac could not keep up.
I just straight up zoned out, and then I discovered that Cosmix exists, and I've just been reading article after article about Cosmix now.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm glad you brought up McDonald's. I'm not glad. I'm not glad at all. Actually,
What the fuck? Did
bro,
McDonald's
I almost had a breakdown today. Not a breakdown, dude. I almost like freaked the fuck out.
Cody
like-
almost went chunk, 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 chunk,
Like
chunk, chunk.
I went to Ross.
Yeah.
And
From Friends.
yeah, the store Ross, the popular discount store Ross.
The popular
Yeah.
Transformers
How you
retailer,
doing?
Ross.
How you doing?
But so I went there, and there was a bunch of stupid fucking people. Just like people kept like just walking in front of me, and like doing other stuff, and like kids were running
Yeah.
everywhere, and that was mildly annoying. But I'm like, yeah, whatever. And super long line. Okay. I went to GameStop. GameStop was fun. It's where I got a Darth Maul. It was a really good Darth Maul.
Mhm.
And then I went into Second Charles, which was a nightmare. Again, like 13 million children everywhere, and I just couldn't see a single parent. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's Christmas shopping.
Yeah, and then I tried to leave that parking lot, and everyone was in the turn lane, backed up through the stop sign, and no one knew how to like deal with the stop sign in that situation. So I just left the area because I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and wait for someone to try to hit me for no reason. And I pulled into the McDonald's parking lot, pulled into the parking spot to use the app, and I think I sat there for 20 minutes trying to get it to let me order a double cheeseburger, and it kept like erroring out my cart. So I went to Taco Bell. But I was sitting there trying to figure out if I can get the adult kids meal yet, but apparently it comes out on the 11th because they brought back all of that to tell you that I hate the McDonald's app, but I love the idea that they brought back the chicken nuggets toys, chicken nugget toys.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Is it the is it new vinyl toys or is it the same ones from last time?
Oh, they're like art toys now.
Yeah, they're art vinyl toys, but that's still a vinyl toy.
It's just more designs.
Okay, there we go. Answer question.
But one of them has a face tattoo. One of them's like the Bronx, like characterized as a nugget, which is great because it's like he's got like a train going around him and a McDonald's hat that looks like a Yankee hat. If you happen to pass a McDonald's and you have the opportunity to get one of those, I will pay you for whatever portion of that meal you want because they're not going to be that expensive.
Honestly,
but I found out that
their menu sounds super cool.
I might actually check and see what the other toys were worth because I found out upon looking up those chicken nuggets that the Grimace from the first adult kids meal they did like 2 years ago apparently is like rattling off for like 30 grand.
Whoa.
Which I doubt it, but I mean I have the not Chica, the original. That's probably not the McDonald's chicken, the chicken mascot, with 6 or 4 eyes, and then the little smiley guy. Don't support McDonald's.
No, don't support a lot of big businesses. I think a lot of people are just kind of getting to the fuck them.
How about I do what I want with my money?
I mean, a lot of people are just going like, yeah, I want to do what I want with my money, so I'll go support small businesses.
Yeah.
Like all the companies that didn't make as much money as they expected to this Black Friday season because they fucked up all the Black Friday sales because people have been feeling a little bit extra broke throughout the year, so they punished us by not giving us as many discounts, expecting the people who waited to just go ahead and pull the trigger. And I'm sure some did, but it seems like most did not.
I've seen a lot of like videos and stuff of like people taking the Black Friday sign down and it's the same price. It was
I saw that. I saw that TikTok of the lady going around the Target.
There's also the
Amazon does that with their televisions.
Yeah.
And a bunch of the other stuff.
I'm just getting I wouldn't say doom pilled about all of the things. It's just more of like, if I ever need to get a TV, I'm not going to get a smart one. I'm just going to get a dumb TV and get a Raspberry Pi and build a fucking streaming box myself.
I mean, just buy a game console and plug it into the TV. But you're done.
It's just a variety of just like so many little things is just adding up in the world.
I straight up use my PS4 and I don't use my PS4. It's in the other room. My PS5 is like the entertainment console. It's like got all the, watching apps. I could stream to it. I could play video games. All my friends are in here.
All your friends are in the box.
You put me in a box?
A cardboard box.
Living in a box.
I'm living in a cardboard box.
Thank you, Todd, for giving us dumb jokes.
There's someone we should have got on the show.
He's way
Todd
too
Howard.
Todd in the shadows. He's a
I mean,
music
Todd
reviewer.
Howard too. I'd love to talk to Todd Howard.
Oh, I'd have some words for old Todd Howard.
You guys would be yelling at him constantly, and then just every 5 to 10 minutes you take a break, and I just go, "So who are you again?"
I'm Todd Howard.
I feel like Todd Howard would get in here and just completely like enchant us somehow.
Yeah,
Because it always seems like he fucking gets away with some shit. He definitely like made a deal with some sort of fucking gnome or some shit, and he just like gets away with like being a little fuck.
I love how it's
Listen,
known.
the building and the cities in Fallout 4, it just works, all right? I don't have to explain it to you. It just works.
I remember seeing you play some Fallout 4 and how jank the city building kind of got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't bad, it was just more kind of just jank. It's just a little jank.
I made it work for me, though, and then my PS4 just fried, and I lost that whole world. And I built a very, very, very extensive base that had like every single item and like armor in the game, and every findable out in the open world power suit that you could find, I would go and collect and then make a bay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I essentially just had like a mech bay on top of like my regular house, and I had like a bunch of display things for. I pretty much made. I did the thing that I do in real life and collected everything in the game, which is what I did with Fallout 3. Every single and New Vegas. Within legal or non-killing rules, collect every single named item or unique in the game. So that's how I play those games.
Yeah.
How's that for M-Sim?
You really simmed your M.
I'm simming my M right now. I simmed my M yesterday. I'll sim my M right now on the podcast. Who cares?
Not me. I'm out of here in a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll have a couple weeks to reboot. Just completely rename the podcast.
Call it
The Better Without Vac podcast.
Modular Schmedia.
Both great
For
titles.
like 1 week, we gotta call it Schmodular Schmedia, please.
That's the name of the first episode. Modular Media.
Welcome to Schmodular Schmedia. Schmear Schmest.
I'm Schmoingo. Here's Schmocone and Schmuster.
Schmustard.
Put some Schmustard and relish on that burger.
I think that joke should not get further than this podcast.
Yeah, no.
We should do something silly like that, though. I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah,
I ain't got no problem with being silly. I don't know if y'all knew that.
No.
And I hate to put it this way, Vac, because we're acknowledging the elephant in the room. We're not going to sugarcoat this.
We're not going to spend a whole episode doing that again. All right, we did that joke once.
I hate to put it this way because it sounds very callous, but you saying you wanting to bow out, you wanting to go do something else, it's just making me. It is kind of. Oh, I don't have Vac to rely on to make things. How can we be creative? You know.
Good.
And make some of those juices start rolling around and go like, okay, what can we do?
And we know Chris loves rolling in his juices, so.
Fuck off. I mean, you do have that photo of me sleeping.
I have a photo of many people sleeping, and I don't know why I keep doing that. It's for me is what it is. It's like the only way I could describe it is it's like the same emotion that Patrick feels whenever he pulls out that like Christmas photo of SpongeBob. Like it's just for him and he laughs at it. Like I have so many photos like that. Like for me, that's definitely the
honestly,
sleeping photo of Chris.
It's kind of cute and comforting to see your friend at peace.
Yeah. I got some of my old roommate too, just like, but he would zonk out sometimes, and like we had to sleep in the same room, so so be it, dude. I hit him with like, I haven't like talked to him in person in probably 6 years, and I'll still randomly like PM him on like Messenger and be like, no words, no nothing. Photo of him sleeping, old photo, not current photo, not like that'd be funny. That'd be funny as fuck.
Contact whoever
also illegal.
Whoever his partner is and get the photo.
Oh, they would do that. They would so fucking do that. I would send them the same photo.
Yeah.
I
got a photo of my dad like that, zonked out in a chair. It's like just hilarious.
Well, I
post it on his Facebook every Father's Day.
I remember mine. I'm just like wrapped up in a quilt. Like you can only see my head.
Yeah, that quilt's on the spare bedroom now. In the spare bed. Still there. I miss when he had the couch on that side of the room. Everything's completely different in his house now.
Oh, you know what? Just this conversation just reminded me because I'm pretty sure it was that weekend. I saw a complete box set for Tremors the other day.
Like
Oh,
the
I think it
show
was
and
that.
everything?
Well, like every movie and the TV show.
And the ice one.
Yeah.
So they made another one. I had one of the box sets they did, and it came with like 4 or 5 movies. Like the newest one it had was like the Western one.
Yeah, no, it had the ones after that and the TV show.
I just realized I'm playing the racing mode of Fortnite with someone who has the gamer tag "I am the real Slim Shady," perfectly spelled and like capitalized. So that guy could make some money someday.
Yeah.
What a weird thing.
What if it's actually him, though?
Well, he sucks because I beat him in that race just now.
I mean, he's got to spend time making songs and stuff. He doesn't have time to get good at video games.
I don't know about that. I don't think they, especially not Eminem, I don't think he works like all year round. I think maybe he definitely has more free time than we do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will say that. Like, there's no way they don't. They
But
can do whatever the fuck they want.
I've just heard some stories about Eminem that he's just not that kind of guy. He's just very wanting to work on his projects kind of guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's the kind of man who read a dictionary so he could get better at making rhyme.
Nana?
Didn't he also not know internet porn existed for like most of his life?
There's no way that's fucking real. There's no way that's fucking real at all. That's a lie. Anybody, like your grandma could look you in the face and say that. That's a damn lie. Every damn person on this planet knows, has seen, whatever.
I'm almost certain there's like some kind of interview with him where he's showing someone around his house and he shows them his physical media collection and he has a shit ton of porn and they're like, why do you have this? And he's like, because I assume the same reason anybody would have it. And they're like, don't you know about the internet? He's like, what about it? And then they showed him and he like loses his mind. I'm almost certain I saw that story at some point back in the day.
Maybe if it was like from the 90s. I could see that happening in the 90s.
I think it was in like the mid-aughts.
Mm.
I don't think
That'd
it was
funny.
recent. I
mean, he grew up in a trailer park, so like, I mean, he really did.
Yeah. He was bored.
So maybe I could see it that way, where it's like he just has still porn and just no reason. Like, why would you need to look at anything else if you already got all your shit in the reel?
You got your favorites, you know.
Welcome to the Porncast, everybody.
Porn DVDs.
Well, that's a fucking question to ask, though, because a lot of people are getting tired of streaming services and are thinking of going back to physical media. Do you think porn would do that?
No.
Especially with how decentralized it is now with independent models on like OnlyFans and shit.
Yeah, it would be kind of impossible for a lot of them, or like they do like limited release specials. Yeah. Like, oh, I've only got a couple hundred of these. Go buy them on my store now, kind of a thing.
And I'm not saying it's the right way to do it one way or the other. It's just more of like it's relatively easy to think of like, oh yeah, no, we'll go back to physical media for music and movies and games. It's like, that's reasonable enough.
I think as long as you could, like, because we could make it with our handheld device that we could also consume it on, I don't think it'll ever need to go back to physical media for that. Because like it's the one-stop shop for like, I mean, that, like for a lot of people, like that's how you can make that content. It could be your job.
And you're also, I said it myself, it's decentralized. There's no like Netflix of porn.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't Adam Sandler make a joke about that? Like Netflix rhymes with wet chicks or some dumb shit.
Oh no, probably
that was the thing.
Sounds
he said,
like
actually.
something he'd do.
Hey, Adam Sandler,
have a piece of pie.
A piece of pie. Oh, penguin. Apparently, his new movie's not bad.
The animated one?
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe it's because he didn't have full control over it.
Well, Jack and Jill was a punishment, so don't forget that. That movie was bad on purpose.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah, he said something like he's like if you guys don't fucking do this, or if something happens like this way, I'm just gonna make the shittiest movie I could fucking make.
I had not heard that, but
afterwards.
Given how shitty that fucking movie was, it makes sense.
I mean, give Adam
and then he
Sandler
did Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems.
I mean, give Adam Sandler all the shit in the world. At least he like treats his friends cool. You know, it's like I wanna make things so I can pay my friends.
Oh no, don't. I'm not saying that was a bad thing for him to do that. Like, who fucking cares?
Yeah. I
thought it was funny. I'm not going to sit there and watch the movie because it is bad, but like.
Oh damn! Nick Cage is apparently thinking about retiring.
You know what? Fair. He fixed his tax situation. He doesn't need to act anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why probably a lot of these guys are doing shit like that. Steve Harvey had something like that happen, where like a lot of his tax money was being stolen, and he didn't know it, so he had to work and do a lot of stuff for a few years to get back in the green.
With the IRS.
I love it, dude. Every single person out there is living paycheck to paycheck, except for like 20 people.
And we all know who they are.
Every business, every star. We just all have the same kind of buffer, and it grows. You know, like there's even Chris. We all have that buffer of like there's like the amount of money we get, the amount of money we need to spend, and then like the small amount of money that we could like bust out on some random shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes people don't have that.
Speaking of which, just fucking saw Classified Nunchuck is in stock on Amazon. Very tempting.
Gonna give money to Daddy Bezos?
I might have to. I do want my
Listen, all right.
my camo dickhead ninja man.
You tell me this, all right? I'm gonna give you this because this is what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna give you this fucking thought process because I fight with myself all the time about that because I still have Amazon Prime and I still buy shit from Prime all the time, Prime time. Because sometimes it's the only way that I can get some of these action figures reliably, and like I also don't want to fucking drive around in my city to put myself at risk because like it's an actual nightmare. It's gotten worse every single year. And every single new batch of kids like drives actually worse. I have dodged.
Grandpa.
I'm not, no, I'm literally.
Oh no, wait,
literally
you live in
drive in
Florida.
this city.
Yeah, no. Florida
He
is
also
the worst
lives in a
driver series.
college town, Vac.
That's what I'm saying. They've like people keep stopping in roundabouts. Like I've seen people as I'm coming in a
dude, that
roundabout either
reminds me,
stop
actually.
flat or
So
cut me off.
at my work, the entrance to the campus is a roundabout. And I've had people like slow down and look like they were gonna stop before, but they always like start moving when they see I'm coming right behind them. But when I was pulling in on Friday, there was somebody in front of me for like 3 or 4 lights who looked like they kept wanting to turn, but they couldn't figure out if it was their turn or not. Like they'd almost go in the lane and then they'd swerve back into the main lane. And I honked at this motherfucker every fucking time. And then when we got to the campus, they turned in front of me, and I was like, okay. And before I could even realize what they looked like, what they were doing, they had gone into the roundabout and just immediately fucking U-ed into the turn lane to leave, which between the lane you enter in and the lanes you leave through, there's like a median. So it took me a minute. I was like, where'd that fucking car? Oh, they didn't even take the roundabout. They just straight up went reverse through that fucker and into the leave lane. I guess it's good that it's a Friday and there's nobody fucking here because we don't have classes on Fridays.
The bicyclists in Gainesville will also full speed go into the roundabouts without stopping or looking. No mind to anybody else. And I'm like, listen, I understand in some situations like cyclists have the right of way, but you're fucking stupid if you just full speed that bitch off the sidewalk into the roundabout through the roundabout at like 5 o'clock traffic when people are trying to keep like steady moving. Like you literally cannot be seen. And that's the type of shit that I see. Like somebody kicked the front of my car the other day and I almost got out of that bitch. like they stopped and they're like they put their leg out and kicked my car, but like they thought I was coming and like moving. And what they actually did is they just like took a corner so sharp that I was like staring at them and they just drove in front of my car. I wasn't moving. Like I was like waiting to get into the roundabout because sometimes they get so backed up. They were just like flying in so fast that they put their foot out, kicked my bumper, and then were like, you almost hit me. And I'm like, man, I hope you know I wasn't actually moving. I don't like to drive anymore.
It's not the best activity.
I like long drives, but like driving around the city just is horrible. Like
it's almost as if cities
like,
weren't designed to be driven in.
No, this city was not designed for like anything. Like it was set up as a grid, so like every single block has a light at it. And man, sometimes people just don't know how to turn. I had somebody cuss me out for me not letting them over when they didn't, like when they just hung out directly next to me, matching my speed and not putting their blinker on. Like It's wild. I'm not trying to talk about any more driving.
Okay.
Unless it's about Fortnite, baby. Fortnite is the night. It's tonight, right now.
It's all about Fortnite, baby.
All about the Mets, baby. Go Mets.
The Mets.
Also, can we talk about fucking Santa Cody, who just made an appearance in the chat?
That's just me on December 8th. That's what happened when I turned 30. That's what I look like now.
Can we get a clear photo for the episode art, please?
I don't know if I could do that. I think it was on a Snapchat filter.
You
You see, I downloaded Snapchat again to you. I hate that app more than any other app out there, by the way. Like, I mean, I don't use TikTok and I can't stand it, but like Snapchat can just like eat my ass. Like that thing sucks. But I had to download it because I was trying to buy some weed from somebody and that's all they used. And they never even hit me up. So, you know, break my own heart. But because that's how the kids are doing it these days. And, you know, so it was exactly the look I had trying to get on that fucking app.
You're so happy to be 30 so you can use the phrase kids these days, aren't you?
No, I don't. That was like.
Oh, damn.
I mean,
nobody
like
told me Jeff Keighley said the N-word.
Who?
Jeff Keighley said the N-word at the Game Awards.
Oh, no, he said somebody's name.
Oh, okay.
That would be funny, though. But that would just throw the whole thing and himself in the trash. That'd be great.
Okay, I just randomly saw that on social media, and I was like, what? Okay. Why aren't people more mad about that? Usually people are really mad about that.
Easy, Vac. Don't go. It's a trap. Don't do it. Don't say it.
You're too white.
The alternate universe where my dumbass just goes, oh, it's okay again? Oh, I'm so glad I'm gone in a few weeks.
Another world.
Hey, Vac, just for your awareness, that kaiju fighting game, Giga Bash, that has Godzilla and Ultraman, is free on Epic Game Store right now.
Thank you, Papa Fortnite.
Tempting.
Remember when Epic Games made Gears of War?
Yeah.
Remember Cliffy B?
Remember when they made the Unreal games, critically acclaimed games that they are?
I never played an Unreal tournament.
I mean, they delisted the original Unreal. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you getting rid of your history, buds?
Yeah, shit like that is weird. Oh, we could talk about Sony and their purge of media.
Yeah.
It sure do
I think you did that last time, though, because I remember you saying something like, we are now responsible for whatever physical media we own.
Yeah.
Horde.
I mean, here's the thing. I definitely one day want to build like a media server so I can share it with all of you, you know, make like so we have our own personal Netflix that's unbound by corporate bullshit.
Yeah. I'll bind you in some corporate bullshit.
Oh, kinky. What's our safe word?
Sales. Synergy.
Sales and synergy.
That just sounds like the inside of every fucking Hasbro and Mattel building.
Oh yeah, that's a joke they did in the Barbie movie. Histy Gaston, have you seen
Barbie yet? No.
Godzilla? Oh, you haven't seen Barbie yet? It's so good.
I haven't seen Barbie yet. I have not seen -1. It's almost
this man sucks at movies.
It's almost as if I have no vehicle in.
Why'd you blow your car up?
Fuck. You know why I blew my car up. You know how that fucking happened.
We're gonna be getting a GoFundMe together for Chris in the new year. Don't buy Christmas presents for your loved ones. Save it back for that. All right, do me that favor.
Oh, we should do something like that. I bet you can get that going.
It's gonna be my last act. Is I'm gonna set up that GoFundMe. I'm gonna do that at fucking midnight on New Year's Eve.
Oh, Disney Plus is making a Hideo Kojima documentary.
Oh my lord!
I remember seeing that the other day. That sounds interesting, especially because it's based around the
creation of Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Why am I still here?
No, that's like I have micro budgeted in my head of just like what would I need to kind of get to where I feel like I could comfortably probably really go hog on trying to make content and make money off of it.
You could really go hog. I can think of some ways you can make some money.
Without posting Cole.
Just post some Cole. Just go follow Cole around and take pictures of my friend Cole.
And I think I figured it out about like $5,000 as like an initial capital investment of like, all right, what would I need to like upgrade computer, upgrade my facilities, like new desk, new monitors, stuff like that,
Yeah.
and make some stuff.
Make stuff. Oh, hey, speaking of stuff, I've been meaning to ask someone, and I guess you're as good as anyone, Boingo.
So glad I'm high up on your list.
What's the deal with this animu with the white-haired elf girl? What's that about?
Oh, you know how in fantasy stories elves live a really long time?
Uh-huh.
She did that, and all of her friends are dying, so she's going to their funerals, and she's really sad about it.
Oh, what a good anime! Wow.
Yeah, it's meant to be very emotional and kind of a reflection on life and all that kind of stuff. Also, cute elf girl.
Yeah,
I've been
seeing a lot of art.
I've been
seeing a lot of art about her. A lot of art about her.
Oh,
this is how I learn about anime now. Is like, oh, I haven't seen that character design before.
Which probably allows you to like filter out a lot of the shitty generic ones, because if you think you've seen it before, that means it's a little too generic.
Yeah.
Like a lot of JRPGs kind of blend together unless they really bust out on their own, like Monster Hunter or Monster Hunter.
Final Fantasy gets away with a lot of it because it is the progenitor of a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest always has Akira Toriyama art, so it always looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
It always just looks like Dragon Ball Z, but in a different, like, you're like, hey, is that Goku? No, it's not Goku. Oh,
that's not Goku.
Is that Android 16? No, that's just somebody with a sword.
Oh, is that Trunks? Probably.
Oh yeah, future Trunks.
Yeah.
Funks.
Yeah, funk.
So, third time's the charm.
Mm-hmm.
You watched that new Doctor Who yet?
Yes, I did. I did watch the Giggles.
How about it?
On one hand, I really like a lot of what happened. On the other hand, I'm just kind of going like, that really limits the complete emotional impact that could happen with the character.
I could see that.
It's less of like, oh no, that's bad. It's just more of like, it's a cliffhanger, but it's not meant to be a cliffhanger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's now David Tennant is in the back pocket forever. Ratings ever start to dip, you can just pull him right out.
Yeah, and he's just there. Also, he is the 10th Doctor, because I was watching with closed captions on, and he was described as 10th Doctor.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. I mean, that is kind of his thing, weirdly enough, because this is like the third time he's just left a copy of himself behind.
Yeah, but it's you don't give a shit about spoilers for Doctor Who, do you, Cody?
Do not.
Cody cares about as much about Doctor Who as I do about like deep video game bullshit.
Well, here's the thing. I do really appreciate the third special for like it did catch me up on like part of the stuff I missed of Doctor Who post 11, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the whole friggin' puppet sequence.
Which was cool. It's like, okay, so he's fucked up a lot more that I haven't seen, and they're really trying to drive home that this Doctor is an emotional wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Patrick Harris is great in it though.
Yeah, man. Like, I forget that he's like a legit good actor because I only know him from sitcoms.
But like, he was really good in it. I love the flipping and flopping between all the accents that are like deliberate and fake as like showmanship, you know?
Uh-huh. Oh my god, the whole fucking Spice Girls sequence.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. This whole thing... Okay, cool. This whole thing feels like it's a giant parallel to the Master storyline in 10.
Yeah, it feels like him going like, okay, let me have another crack at my take on the Master as well, because a lot of people are still to this day resistant to the John Sim Master.
But it doesn't feel... It feels more of like it's purposefully meant to evoke the Master as like a way to reinforce that 10 has gone on too long. And I think that is also like, it's meant to be reflective of 10 has gone on so long. He has been in 11 and 12 and 13 that he's just, that mindset that he had just continued on and has basically infected the other Doctors. And that's why they ran themselves so ragged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what the show's trying to say is like, David Tennant was good, but the precedent he set as a character, as what the Doctor is, has made it harder for other actors to become the Doctor, and the show suffers for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I think the whole specials kind of have this overarching thing of just like, yeah, we really need the clean slate that 15 has now presented.
But here's the thing: because of all of that, it doesn't feel like he's 15 now. It feels like he's one. He feels like a brand new line of the Doctor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Though it does raise the question of like, could 14 regenerate again into yet another Doctor?
yeah, there's a whole lot of questions there. It's just like that is something for a future writer to like pick up on and go like, haha.
Mhm. I have seen a fan theory floating around that 14 might go on to become. Did you watch the 50th anniversary special?
No.
Okay, there's a character that shows up very briefly at the end of it calling himself the Curator, who was played by Tom Baker. And there was like this moment of like Matt Smith meets him and he's looking at him and he's like, "But I haven't had that face in a long time and I never got that old in that face. What is going on?" And he's like, "You'll figure it out eventually. It's better to find it out the long way around. But in the coming years, you might find yourself revisiting some old favorites."
You know
And
what?
when,
I could see that being the explanation.
yeah, and when David Tennant appeared at the end of the last Jodie Whittaker episode, everybody was like, "Oh, they set this up," and it's like, no, but yeah, it works.
I mean, it's being set up in the same way that like a comic book creator will see like an idea in the past and it's like, oh, I can expand on that.
Mm-hmm.
That works. See, my thought process when I was watching that was, the new Doctor somehow weirdly intercepted this timeline, and David Tennant's going to basically relax a little bit and then eventually regenerate into the new one, and they're gonna resync back up.
I could see that happening, yeah.
Because there was a line the new guy said of, "We're time travelers, we do things out of order. You need to go through you basically need to go and relax a little so you can become me."
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I also took that line in the moment as like how he like holds him for a minute. I was he said like, "Oh, I'm giving myself therapy." I was like, "Oh, okay." So it's like you've already gotten over this, but the only way you can get over it is by helping your old self to do that here.
Yeah. There's a lot of layers to that. Oh, another thing that paralleled the Master storyline that I thought, oh yeah, the giggle and the drums.
Yeah. And I do love that he's literally like, "Oh, I've got the Master trapped in my gold tooth," and then they set up the Master coming back this time, because that's always been a thing with the Master in Doctor Who, is the Master will show back up and they'll be like, "But last time we saw you, you were about to die," and he's like, "Oh, I escaped." So to actually see somebody plucked him out, and we're probably going to see him again at some point, that's exciting to see that level of care for a setup.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things I really liked about this. I like how units now just a big thing that they can just go like, all right, units. That's why Earth doesn't freak out all the time. It's units there.
Yeah, they feel like with that suited character and whatnot. It felt like we were having a spin-off show back up in the main show, but I don't think there's any plans for that.
Yeah, and that's fine that there isn't. But like having that atmosphere with it works because it makes the world feel more real. You know, other people are having adventures.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of little things I did really like about this. You know, just it's good. I like the new Doctor. I like the new guy for what little we've seen of him so far.
Yeah. It was weird because like he I know you haven't seen Barbie, but he was in Barbie and like barely had any lines. So I was like, okay, I know kind of like his body language performance, but I haven't seen much of him speaking. So it was still like getting introduced to an actor for the first time. And I really like how different he feels in the to compared to a lot of doctors we've gotten in the new series. He has a much more like flamboyant and playful nature to him than I'm used to, but I like that.
Yeah, but I also really love how one of the first things he does is immediately try and comfort David Tennant when he's like, I let people die. It's like, yeah, but it's okay. We saved the day. You know, I like that. I like that tenderness coming from the character.
Yeah. So do you think you're gonna watch the new guy?
I'm gonna watch the Christmas special and see what I feel about it, and then I'll see a, because now it's airing on Disney Plus in America. It's super easy to get a hold of.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds interesting from my perspective, which is just passive boingo blaring of childhood Doctor Who and then now stuff, I guess.
Well, I mean, these 3 specials were perfect. Were like pinpointed to people like me who watched David Tennant, loved David Tennant, watched a little bit of Matt Smith, the guy who came after him, and then kind of fell off.
Oh, I thought Matt Smith came before David Tennant.
No, that was Christopher Eccleston, who played the Dark Elf in Thor: The Dark World.
Oh boy,
if you remember that.
Yeah,
but
was that also a decade ago?
More than that now. No, it would have been 2013 or 2014. Thor: The Dark World when it came out. Yeah, been up close to a decade.
If it's 2013, I mean we're rolling into 2024.
Yeah, I just don't remember what year it came out. I can look it up real quick.
What year? What came out again? I'm sorry.
The Thor: The Dark World.
Oh,
2013.
Damn.
It is like 10 years old.
Yeah, I still think that movie's highly underrated.
It's got a really cool Mjolnir scene in it. The coolest in the entire MCU. It's worth watching the whole movie just for that scene, I think.
I think it's worth watching the whole movie just for the scene where they break Loki out of prison.
But the thing I'm talking about is when he takes him through a portal.
Yeah.
And it just fucking rips straight up. It's a cool thing to think about, I guess. I don't know.
It do be cool.
It do be doobie. Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you?
Oh.
Wahoo.
Allow me a moment to go pee-pee.
Sure.
Oh my god. Go pissaless.
Oh man, Charles Matthew Punkington was out corrupting the youth this evening.
Ooh.
Went to an NXT show and paraded around the ring with Shawn Michaels like some kind of famous guy.
How have you been doing, buddy?
Just in general?
Yeah, just in general. Just life.
I don't know. I'm getting by. I started going back to the gym the other day. Signed up at a different gym than I was going to before. I took a break around October. And I had actually intended to stay off until the new year, just because I didn't want holiday bullshit on top of everything else, and I was like, well, that's going to happen either way, so I got to cut something. So I cut the gym, and I think I told you this at some point, but a week or two ago, I actually realized I had worn through a pair of pants I had bought not 2 months ago. And I was like, all right, thighs are too fucking big. Gotta go get on an elliptical. So I signed up at Crunch Fitness, and they cost about the same as Planet Fitness where I had been going. There's some upfront service charges, but monthly they're the same price. And they are way nicer, way cleaner, have way more equipment, way more amenities. And they also have personal trainers you can book. So I actually did work with a personal trainer on Thursday, and that was super cool. That workout was really, really hard, but it was the most I felt committed to the actual exercises in a long, long time. Because usually I just go to the gym by myself.
I mean, hey, if you work on it, yeah.
I mean, that's the plan. I've wanted to look like John Moxley for basically the last 3 years, and I've not been able to get there, but maybe this time.
Yeah. Something fun. You don't have to show it on the podcast. I just kind of went, Elma made new logos for the V-Pals. Look at these things.
Whoa! You guys are official now.
I don't know.
You watch. Give it a couple more months. There's going to be a V-Pals channel and everything. Oh, man.
Oh my god, this is... Hatch made a card website for the V-Pals. They just posted. They just posted it, and now I'm going through it. It's just oh my god.
Oh,
it's slightly official. We're a real group.
That's pretty good. Look at that, Boingo. You've now been a part of 2 internet creator groups.
Yeah. One of them.
If you count the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Now you just got to do like 4 or 5 more, and you'll be caught up to me.
Yeah.
What about you, Cody? How many creator groups have you been in?
What counts?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I guess the Twin Stranger things. This. Did I ever do anything else weird? I used to be pretty involved with running the Grand Theft Auto Online Grove Street Familium clan that we made that still has 1,000 people on it, which is fucking insane.
Mm.
The highlight of that was playing a Grand Theft Auto racing match one time, and some kid had randomly like gotten into the group back when we only had like around 900, and was like playing against us. It was like some like 14-year-old, and he was just being like an ass and like trolling somebody, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll kick you out of the clan," and I'm like, "Oh,
Not out of the clan."
I was like, "Oh, you'll kick me out of the crew, will you? Interesting." And I pulled out my laptop and kicked him out like right there mid match. That was the closest thing to like the real situation of my dad works at Microsoft I'll probably ever get. It's like you're a piece of shit. I'll kick you out of the crew, and I'm like, "Oh,
You own the
very
crew.
interesting." Like, you have unfortunately been put into a lobby with the person who actually made it. So get wrecked, kid.
Damn.
Get wrecked, 14-year-old who probably got really upset after the.
That ruined his whole night.
Well, he was being a shitty kid, so maybe he'll be better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to
Hopefully.
punish people, right, Boingo Writer?
Yeah. Would the Bulls thing be an artistic group for you?
Oh, if we count that kind of shit, then I can count a lot more things, because then that would be running Florida School of the Arts, or Florida Club of the Arts. I named it. I made that, actually. I forget that. I resurrected the art club and called it Florida Club of the Arts, and it's remained still to this moment, to this day. Empty Bowls, I think, does count because of that continuously going. Empty Bowls was just like a charity thing that we started our own chapter of in Palatka. I was president of the art club at UNF, so I had to do all that fancy shit. All of that was more than 10 years ago. How about that one? Enjoy that. Think about that. It wasn't actually. No, it was. No, it wasn't. Almost. It's 2017. I started St. John's in 2013.
The Bells
You
of
in
St.
2012.
John's?
Huh? It's a community college or state college. I don't know. Maybe others. That's probably it.
Well, that's nice. It's nice to have friends.
Yeah. I was in a band once, but I forgot what her name was.
What the fuck?
No, it was like Hunter and a couple other people. He used to play at like county fairs and stuff like that. They just made me do like drums and bass.
Oh my god, drums and bass.
Were you good at those things?
I was alright. I do like playing the drums. I haven't played the guitar in a while.
You got drums?
You think I could fit drums into my nightmare that I live in currently?
No.
You think there's just a drum set hiding under some action figures somewhere in here?
Hey!
You've been
With
in
how
this
many
house.
goddamn action figures you have, that is entirely possible, actually.
It sure isn't. Be like 2 like Marvel Legends sitting on a fucking like snare drum, and it's just like, yeah, there ain't no drums in here. They're hiding. What drums?
I don't know.
I could fit like an E-drum, like an electronic drum kit somewhere probably, but
I mean,
I'd still
Few's
take
a
a
fucking
floor.
drummer, dude, and he lives in like squalor that is similar to yours.
Oh yeah, no, there's another thing I remember about Doctor Who. I love what the 10th one says before he thinks he's regenerating.
Yeah.
Because before he said, I don't want to go, and now he's saying out on Z. The first time he said it in these 3 specials, and that is French for let's go.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Let's fucking go. Hit the reset button, baby.
Buttons!
He does love a good button.
Button, who's got the button?
Yes.
No, I don't have anything.
Well, damn.
Nothing to say.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
You could have everything to say and not know how to say it.
Sometimes I do.
Generally, the process.
Generally.
Oh no,
The
you can't
iconic
sell
car.
that anymore. That's been canceled, sir.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches act black masses.
Just like witches with fat asses. The canonical lyrics.
That sounds like a fucking line from a Rob Zombie song.
It does.
Just like witches with fat asses.
You know what's ironic though? The fucking Twitches don't have fat asses. Or at least I'm pretty sure they didn't when that movie was made. I don't know. I haven't looked at recent pictures of Tia Tamara Mallory actually.
I don't even know what that is you just said, but
They're the twins from the hit sitcom Sister Sister. Then they made a series of Disney Channel original movies called Twitches, which was about them being twins who are also witches. Because Harry Potter was big at the time.
sounds to me like they wouldn't have been of age for us to be thinking about that at this moment. Maybe at that moment.
I mean, I was the same. I was like younger than them at the time.
Yeah. What about this time right now? I'd be like me saying like, yeah, the Olsen twins in what is that sitcom called? I'm not going there. Never mind. I don't care. I don't think that was gonna be funny anyways.
They're 45 right now. So yeah, they're like double my age.
Unless you're
Okay,
into that sort of thing.
real quick question.
I mean,
Is
I could go
this-
out for it.
Is this too many teeth? Was that... didn't load.
It's a lot of teeth.
Yeah, that's not a normal amount of teeth. Did they give Neil Patrick Harris dentures?
I mean, he is a creepy cosmic being, so it kind of works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of teeth.
So do you think the other cosmic being they teased with him, and I guess is probably also the Meep's boss? Do you think that's going to be a classic character coming back, or do you think that's
I don't know
something
enough
new
about the
Davies is
classic
gonna
character. I don't know enough about the classic characters to say for sure.
I mean, the most I could think is if it's like another member of like the Gallifreyan mythology, but I also feel like Davies is he's cooking a new dish, you know?
If that's how you feel.
It is. How you doing there, Cody?
I'm working my way through some ciders.
Ciders.
Oh man, Cody's Insider.
We ain't gotta do that.
Yeah,
That ain't our audience, probably.
that ain't our
I hope
audience.
not. I fucking hope not, dude.
Who knows? Maybe we start cultivating a new audience now that Vac's retiring.
Yeah, now that you have somebody who can actually do jokes.
Where were we not joking before? Were we being serious the entire time up until this exact moment? Oh fuck.
No, I'm not very good at humor. Never have been.
What
I can be
humor
witty,
mean?
but I can't be funny. At least that's how I feel.
It's better to be witty and shitty than funny and
Runny?
dead. Oh yeah. What was that Ricky Gervais quote? Better to be sexy and racist than sexist and racist. It's pretty easy. That's a pretty easy quote. He said it funnier than that, I think, but I don't know. Maybe it was the other way around. Not as far as like the better thing though. He wasn't telling people to be sexist and racist.
You sure about that?
Hopefully. I like Ricky
Oh.
Gervais. That'd suck to find out.
People seem to go back and forth on. I feel like one year people like him, the next they're like, fuck this guy.
Maybe you're just watching you're peering through the windows of people who are fans of the UK office and then people who are fans of the American office and they're just talking shit.
That's a possibility.
Dueling dragons. Dragging these nuts.
What dragon are you chasing right now, Snowcone?
Blue eyes, thick dragon.
Damn, they make
Good
that
for
card
thick
now?
dragon milfs in my area.
God damn it.
No, I saw some joke about like I think it's like Blue Eyes Majestic Dragon has like boobs or something. I saw like a meme yesterday where it's like I play Blue Eyes Majestic Dragon and have sex with it in my turn.
I mean, there's got to be a Blue Eyes with tits at this point in time with all the
Somebody
cards
look
they've
up
made.
Blue Eyes Majestic Dragon. Bro, there's some really raunchy ass Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I follow a Instagram that's just like the art without any of the cards.
Yeah.
You know, the art of the cards, teehee. But it's pretty great. I mean, like what was it, like harpies or whatever? That was just like some chicks with wings and their boobs out.
Yeah.
Like the 3 harpies. I forget what that OG card was. That shows my age more than anything, other than the fact that I said I turned 30 in this episode.
You did say that.
You're next.
I got a couple months.
Yeah, but you'll be there.
Yeah. It's not like the possibility of doing anything on that time is going to happen, you know?
I mean, you could beat one out or something. I don't know, man. You can celebrate in your own way.
Oh, Boingo, this was your first time seeing Kate Stewart in action. How'd you like her?
Whomst?
Kate Stewart, the head unit lady.
Oh, she was fine. She was cool. I love how she was like the immediately after she proved what was going on, how apologetic she was. I like that.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
Yeah. I think she's been around since like the second season of 11, and she's been a really good through line character, I think. So I was glad they got her back in for at least one story with 14.
Was the Flesh in this episode or no?
No, the Flesh have not been in any episode since they debuted.
Oh, why not?
I don't know.
I think I only just like the other day threw away that slime that we were gonna give to Pixel Dan.
Oh, I did give him my packet because he comes to that convention.
I'm glad that's how you said that, because it could have been really bad. I gave him my slime in my own special way.
I came up to Pixel Dan. I'm like, hey, here's just a bottle of saliva, bro. Enjoy.
Here's something strange in your neighborhood, and it came from my neighborhood.
You know what? Here's a thought. With all those toy slimes that people make and people enjoy, why isn't there a branded Ghostbusters 2 version of the slime from Ghostbusters 2?
I don't know.
That could be a thing.
We are getting another Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Me too.
It like, I mean this in the best way. It feels like a random episode of the cartoon. It just feels like another adventure, which is all I want.
It's pretty lame. My favorite Ghostbuster won't be there for some reason. It was Egon.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been interested in Ghostbusters as an adult. Just looks like a fun movie.
I wish they would do like the game again, or re-release the game or something.
Yeah, I guess is that game not on Steam?
The Fallout game looks good. The Fallout movie, the Fallout show looks good.
I love how people were shitting on the ghoul of just like, he is not rotting corpse enough.
Yeah, but like some of the ghouls look like that anyways, though.
They
weren't all like full on bacon yet. Like there were like different stages, and it's more real. Like I get it's probably easier to do it that way, but like it is wrong to say that in lore they didn't have stages, because they did. That's how you got feral ghouls versus regular ghouls. Feral ghouls were completely taken by the radiation.
I am just pointing out jokes I saw on the internet.
I think he still looks great, but they had the rad roaches in there that look like straight out of the game.
They may be the same model.
I don't know, maybe. That'd be cool. That's the kind of shit I like. And I saw them like working on one of the robots. They went with like the Fallout 3 in New Vegas design for the power armor. Whether that be for ease or not, I don't care. I think it looks great. I guess that's all to say about that as well, huh?
Yeah. I don't know much about Fallout, but I might watch a Fallout show because I think it's a cool concept.
It's what we could have had if we were a little braver in history. Or nothing. It could have just wiped out. I mean, likely it would just wipe everything out. Nuclear war. Although I will be upset, and I will judge it heavily on whether or not Ron Perlman is involved in any capacity, because he needs to be in some. He's been like the announcer for like every single game. Like whether he was like a news person or just like the start of the game. Even like Fallout 1, I think.
Oh damn, the Swedish government put out a
hit list?
A documentary on the Yavla.
What the fuck is that? About to hit me with like the silliest joke I've ever heard in my life?
You don't know about the Yavla?
Bro, that sounds like I'm about to ask about that, and you're about to just immediately make me like the gayest man on the planet or something. Like, no, I don't know what that is, though.
Okay, no, fuck, the Yavla is amazing. The Yavla is a fucking giant goat statue made of straw.
Oh, that one.
The Swedish put out every year at Christmas time, and there is a local tradition of kids trying to burn it down, and it's like become a thing in internet culture to keep a live stream of it up at all times, watching to see if it actually burns this year or not.
It sounds interesting, but does it taste interesting?
I mean, fire and straw. That's
I mean, I've been known to burn some grass, so I could be interested.
Yeah. You want to go to Sweden?
Maybe. I like their furniture.
Yeah. I like their meatballs.
I like your meatballs.
Oh.
Well.
Are
we there?
We're always there. Whoa. We're halfway there. Whoa. We're living on a prayer.
I'm not doing another 2 hours of this, Christopher. Don't you fucking dare.
Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear.
Whether or not I was born, I do not have hair.
You came into this world bald as fuck, you're gonna leave it bald as fuck.
You're right.
But your ass is gonna be hairy.
They're gonna dig my bones up a year after I was dead and think that I was dead for like hundreds of years because of no hair, just no hair.
How bald?
This man is at least 4,000 years old. His hair is completely evaporated. So is his spinal column, if you look right here.
I just saw the funniest article of all time.
I don't believe you. I think you're over-exaggerating.
I think you're
Godzilla -1 is the Oppenheimer sequel you didn't know you needed.
That's depressing, not funny.
I don't know, the fact that somebody came up with that title to sell clicks. Wow.
I'll sell your clicks on the VAC market.
There aren't going to be one of those much longer, buddy.
It'll be underground.
Oh, bop, bop, bop.
Popping that.
Oh, Cody's popping his pussy.
Hold on now.
Right, you are correct, sir. Cody's popping his pussy.
Hi, this shipment was tendered to FedEx ground on Saturday, 12/9/2023. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. I will get my his tank. But it's on the way at 10:34 a.m., 12/9. Bro, this shit's going to get here tomorrow and I'm going to come.
Ooh, good for you.
I'm going to come. Do not come.
You can come if you want to. You can come if you want to. You can come in your friends behind.
And if your friends have pants, we'll get off them pants and reach around that. No, I don't know. There is no word.
Sometimes.
Why are you gay? Why are you gay?
God damn it, Cody. Well, that's enough podcast for one night. Boingo, where can folks find you on the internet?
Boingo on YouTube. Boingo Writer on YouTube. Twitch.tv/Boingo Writer. Hey, I just recently rated a bunch of Santas of whether they are hot or not. So there's that.
Who's the hottest Santa?
I think it was either the recent David Herder Santa from the
David Harbour.
Yeah, Harbor.
Yeah.
Or Kurt Russell. I think that's the direction we went.
I'm on the David side, so okay.
Yeah. Kurt Russell, he's a good sexy silver fox. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
I can send you the picture. Twitch.tv/Boingo Writer. Streams are not 100% scheduled, but they're happening more and more often. Get ready, get hype. I'm also on a variety of social media platforms: Twitter, TikTok, Tumblr, Bluesky, Mastodon, all those places. Look for Boingo Writer or Boingo_Writer. And yeah, that's about it for me.
Cody, where are you?
My name is Cody Lee Burke, and I live at Never_robot is my Instagram handle.
And
my phone number is... What's your phone number, Chris?
Why are you giving me that? Why are you doing that to me?
Holy fucking shit. I'm back. I'm dying. I'm dying in slow motion. You can watch my death live on youtube.com @TheVacuuminator. And do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe to Modular Media before you leave. I think that'd be real groovy if you did that. And it would be tubular, absolutely radically tubular, if you went and followed all our social media, which is linked down in the video description. And that's Modular Components, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah. We'll see you back here in another week.